must bring control.
No kidding.
Hey guys, welcome back. Well, I'm finally going to give you the analysis for the sizzle reel that you have been requesting. Now, I'm not going to look at all the pictures, just the ones that relate to the story or may relate to the story as a whole. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, this first picture, obviously this is the top of a cave, probably the top of a cave that we see Rian Johnson and Mark Hamill in later. There's lots of scaffolding in this, so there might be some big sweeping shots like going into the cave. This has to be under Skellig, or the island that they're on Act 2. Okay, R2-D2 being carried around. If you look at how far below the ocean is, looks like R2 is pretty high up on that island. So the question is, how does R2 get up there? Does he wiggle his way up step by step like we've seen him in the prequels? Or does Luke use the Force to get him up? Or does even Rey use the Force to get him up? How does R2 get up all those steps? Okay, obviously this is on that planet called Crate. It's like wide salt flats and red rocks, and there's a whole bunch of red dirt being... This looks like it's being filmed in the war trenches that we see later, and this may be as those ships are sort of flying overhead, people may have to sort of duck for cover. Or maybe something crashes. Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, Chewie sitting by the fire outside the Falcon. Which begs the question, just how long do Rey, Luke, Chewie, and R2-D2 stay on the island on Act 2? Is it weeks, months? How long does Chewie have to stick around? Because I know he's too loyal to just fly off and leave her there. And poor Chewie, it looks like he's all alone there. Okay, there we go. There's the bottom of that cave we were seeing. There's Mark Hamill and Rian Johnson. They may be discussing story, what the characters' motivations are. That looks like a really, really good meditation spot to me. Again, this is a really, really big cave, so this has to be like underneath the island, sort of burrowed really deep into the rock. Okay, this one is ripe for speculation. There's Leia, obviously, and this head, this brown head, very low on the horizon in front of her. I would be willing to bet that the brown head right there, it's the profile, that's totally Rey in front of Leia right there. And the surface looks like the surface of Crate. It looks either like snow or ash, perhaps. I don't see any hint of red, so maybe it's not Crate, maybe it's a different part of Crate. I'm not sure, but that looks like either snow or ash. And Rey is down low in front of Leia. Leia's got a very interesting expression on her face. I'm not really sure how to interpret it. It could be surprise. It could be hurt. She doesn't look like necessarily... It's kind of a neutral expression. It doesn't look necessarily angry or extremely worried or sad about something. Just sort of a neutral expression there. So I'm wondering why Rey is down low. Is Rey hurt? Is Rey kneeling in front of somebody? Possibly Luke? What is happening in that shot? There's more questions than answers in here. Honestly, I think Rey is kneeling in front of somebody, and Leia is sort of coming up to her in the aftermath of whatever battle just took place. This could be near the end of the film, where all the characters get back together and have those reunions that we hear about, so I'm hoping this means a reunion between brother and sister, and that Luke's just, I don't know, sleeping off a cramp or something. I have no idea. I don't know. My worries are sort of weird. Oh, yes. This had better be the first shot of the movie, Luke taking the lightsaber. So he's looking at it like, I haven't seen this thing in 20 years. Well, 30 years, actually. And he's probably going to ask, where did you get this? How did you get this? Or, I don't know, get off my lawn? Daisy Ridley has said that it's not exactly a warm welcome that Luke has for her. He may be afraid of failing again, so he just doesn't want to train anybody. He's, no way, I'm a failure as a teacher. I don't know enough to train anybody, but eventually he comes around and trains her. That's my hope anyway. hope so. Whoa, big explosion. This has got to be that explosion we saw in the teaser trailer, just from a different angle, because there's BB-8 there next to the opening canopy, and it was Poe running, and you can just barely see him behind the cockpit. So, okay, this is the explosion from a different angle. What did the explosion come from? Was that a bomb going off? Did somebody fire around into the hangar bay? Questions. I see 2 A-wings, and of course Poe's X-wing, and some spare parts. So she is practicing fighting with her staff. This looks like it might be a little bit further on because she doesn't have the vest, but she is going to be doing some staff fighting. There's a couple of behind-the-scenes pictures that prove that later. This creature looks kind of sort of a rounder face and a shorter muzzle, but it looks to me most like a donkey with the nose and the mouth. And those ears are so long. People are saying with those eyes it looks very, very intelligent. Some people are expecting it to talk. Makes me wonder what language it would speak. I don't know. If it's something that Finn and Rose end up riding on later, then I don't think it would be, you know, talking, but people have said talking space horse, and I'm like, talking space horse, what is this? The Star Wars version of Mr. Ed? Another amazing looking creature. I call this one like the crystal fox. You know, Carrie Fisher's been sort of half joking, half seriously asking for years, there needs to be pets in space. Did somebody listen to her? That would be really cool, but that doesn't look very nice to pet though. It looks like its whole fur is made out of crystals or something. Rey is going for a swim. It looks like she's in the posture where she's purposely diving in, like she just jumps in. Bonsai! Not like she's falling in. My question is, Rey grew up on a desert planet since she was about, what, 6? So, where did she learn how to swim and when? That's kind of a, that could be a possible plot hole if we don't have it explained in a book or somewhere where Rey learned how to swim. There's our boy Poe sitting in the cockpit. That's totally a Top Gun shot right there. I just love Poe. I can't get enough of him. I really hope he has a lot more screen time. I cannot tell for the life of me what kind of ship he is in right there. That's not his X-Wing cockpit. That could be one of those ships we see skimming the surface of that crate in the trailer. Okay, people have said this does not look like the Falcon cockpit, and I'm going back and forth about that. The cockpit of this ship that Chewbacca is in does look kind of cramped, but the window shape kind of reminds me of the Falcon, and maybe it's just sort of a forced perspective thing where it looks smaller than it really is. Or not. I don't know. I can't tell. Because there have not been that many shots going through this angle. So, what ship is Chewbacca flying? That's the question I want answered for this shot. Oh, such an epic shot! Okay, the outfit that Luke is wearing here, that totally looks like traveling clothes, because he's wearing like sort of a waterproof, sort of a leather cloak over this, and almost sweater material, and some sort of a bag over his shoulder, and it's got stuff in it, so he looks like he's going somewhere, he's traveling somewhere. Does this mean he and Rey get off of Ahch-To? I would think so. Even if it's just in the 3rd act of the film, they need to get off that island and get back in there and start kicking some more butt. And just off to the left, you can see Rey there. She's not wearing her vest. She's not in the Jedi outfit she wears later, though. So, when is this in the film? Is she saying, "Are you coming?" Luke's eyes are closed and he's sort of facing one direction. They open later and he turns around. Is he meditating there, sort of asking the Force for guidance? Oh, questions. Too many questions. Ooh, this one looks very interesting. Okay. Finn is in slippers here. And there he is in that sort of well, they call it a Bacta suit. Apparently it's just got Bacta all over him. Instead of being submersed, he's wearing the Bacta. From looks like about the knees to his neck to just heal him. So I noticed in the clip his arm is moving. Is he the one opening this? Or is somebody off screen opening this? My question for when Finn wakes up, since we know he's going to be okay, is who is with him? It would be heartbreaking for him to wake up from all this and where is everybody? I hope somebody is with him, even if it's just BB-8 rolling and going. Okay, Poe's doing the slide for life here. He may have crashed. He looks like he's definitely in a hurry, doing sort of, or maybe he was knocked over, but he's definitely doing one of those sideways slides into the trenches. Is he going to do a complete action move and slide, grab that handle of the ladder that's ahead of him, and swing in? That definitely looks like Crate, though, with the red landscape. Okay, behind the scenes fight choreography. There's at least 2 people with staffs going up against Kylo Ren, and my question is, who are these guys? Do they end up being training robots that Snoke sends after him? Or are they Knights of Ren turning on him? I have no clue, but this fight choreography looks like it's going to be amazing. Okay, it looks like Hux is at the helm of this speeder that's coming in. This looks like it could possibly be the Dubrovnik location. So is Hux arriving to take charge of something? Has he heard that the resistance leaders are here? Again, so many questions that need to be answered. Okay, this is Rey going against 3 other people, and it looks like from the way they are holding these stunt sticks, these do not look like lightsabers. So my question is, are these electro staffs? Is she going up against 3 Knights of Ren at once? And another thing is, she's only holding the saber with her left hand. Her right arm, she's not holding it with that. And she's sort of moving it around. It's like she's not using her right hand at all. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I'm thinking something is happening with her right hand. Maybe she loses it, maybe not. Maybe it's just hurt and she's fighting one-handed, because this hand is not, it's not held it for balance. It's just sort of, it's, I don't know. It'd be useless for her to shield herself with it, because she's using a lightsaber to block whatever these things are. So, okay, that definitely looks like Daisy Ridley again, and she is upside down. From the clip we got in the video, it looks like she was falling fast and then suddenly slowed down. Is she falling here and is caught from a fall by Luke? Or does she slow herself down? Does someone else slow her down? Is she trying to jump off of something and someone stops her? So many different possibilities. This is the cutest thing ever! Okay, according to something on a spoiler site, sorry guys, these things are called porgs, and to me they look like a cross between a penguin and a seal. They are adorable, and I can't wait to see what role they play, what kind of sounds they make. And they're definitely popping up in my fan art, so keep a lookout for these adorable little guys. Okay, Finn, and it looks like from the ponytail and the yellow outfit just behind the cameraman on the left, that's Finn and Rose behind bars. Is this a First Order jail cell, or is this a Resistance jail cell? Things that make you go, Yeah, because there's no way that these form-fitting uniforms would fit over their bulky clothes. So this has to be later in the film. They may be going on some sort of a secret mission, but honestly, this smacks to me of Rogue One. And somebody else said, wait a minute, there's Rogue One in my Last Jedi. And it's like, okay, what are they hoping to accomplish by going undercover? They better hope they don't see anybody that Finn knows, because otherwise the jig is up. Okay, here's a big shot of this gigantic Star Wars casino. In another shot, we see this little tiny creature with like a rake pushing chips. There's definitely gambling going on. This is a very, very swanky casino, given that everybody's in a Star Wars version of a tux or an evening gown. My question is, okay, why are they there? Why does the story take them to a casino? Maybe that's where they meet Benicio del Toro's character, because he seems sort of like a shady guy. Okay, that's a really good shot of Rey's brand new outfit. She's still got the arm wraps and the bracer and the sash, but the sash looks darker. That's definitely a dark gray color rather than the grayish color. Same belt, looks like the same pouch. Everything else, though, is different. She's got different pants, different boots, different hairstyle. That almost looks sort of like a dress that she's wearing underneath. That is a really, really interesting looking costume. I like that. Several people have tried to make it already. It looks kind of complicated. I don't even know if I want to try and make it, but it looks really neat. Very, very Jedi. And I can't wait to see her in it. And from the looks of things, yes, she is. Actually, Daisy really confirmed it. She is getting reunited with Finn, which is great. Yay! Because they were such great friends in Episode 7. And like I said, I love to see buddy moments and the friendship elements of Star Wars. It's one of the things I love the most. And the outfit that Finn is wearing is very interesting. That's not his pants and boots for the Resistance. Looks like his shirt is from the Resistance, but is that after he gets, he's in disguise? Looks like half a disguise there. Maybe he gets rid of his jacket and hat. Yeah, that looks like the bottom half, First Order, top half, Resistance. Okay, this is a very, very interesting shot. Given the pale gray and or white background, and especially that folding curtain screen over to one side, that looks like it could possibly be a medical bay of a ship. Maybe I'm wrong, but still, the folding curtain to me screams hospital. So, is this shortly after is this shortly after Finn comes out of his little sleep there? Obviously that's after he meets Rose and Oscar Isaac's character there, Poe. Poe looks like he does this sort of yes motion, like yes, this is what we're supposed to do. So they're making they's making plans, and what are those plans? Is the plans they're making to walk around in disguise? I have no idea. Okay guys, it wasn't very detailed, and I'm sorry I don't have very many ideas. But there you go. Those are my thoughts on the different shots from the sizzle reel. Again, I didn't screen capture every single one of them. It would have taken too long. But it was a lot of fun to do. I hope you guys enjoy my analysis and what I thought of things. So, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, go ahead and click the little subscription button below if you already have. Thank you! But until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye guys!